Hey guys, how you doing? This is Isaac Anderson here with Studio 67, and I'm here with a musician. He just put out a new album, Rock the Chandeliers. Mr. Curtis Newart, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Mr. Isaac Anderson, how's the weather out there in Rocky Mount, North Carolina?
It currently sucks. It is raining and it's cold and it's miserable, but usually it's pretty nice. But specifically today, it's not very good. But how's the weather up there? And I believe you're in Canada, correct?
Well, I was in Canada. I'm actually down in Montana right now.
Okay.
I'm I'm in a small town called Superior, sort of nestled in the middle of the mountains here in western Montana.
All right. Well, is it the name suggests that it's superior to other places that you have lived, or is it just the name?
Well, it's superior in some ways. It's a real getaway. I moved here from Vancouver, British Columbia about 3 years ago, and I lived in a complex with about 800 people. And when I moved here, this town, the population here is about 800 people. So it was a big change, but it's superior in the fact that I have my own yard. And in Vancouver, I wasn't even allowed to have a goldfish in my apartment. And here I own my own home, and I've got a couple of dogs, and I can do whatever I want to my yard. I can tell people, hey, you get off my yard. You get out of my yard. You get off my land. You couldn't do that in Vancouver.
Yeah. Well, man. Well, I'm glad you're having good out here in the states. So, real quick, let's kind of get into some questions about your music. How did you
Sure.
get started in playing music?
Well, I was about 6 years old, and I started singing in the choir at school. The first song I ever sang was "Bless the Beasts and the Children," and that still holds a real dear place in my heart to this day because some of the lyrics are, bless the beasts and the children, for in this world they have no voice, they have no choice. And so I found music to be very inspirational from a young age. I also sang, one of the first songs I ever sang was Rubber Tree Plant. I don't know if you know that song.
I'm afraid
Just
I
what
don't, but
makes
enlighten
that
us.
little old ant think he can move that rubber tree plant? He's got high hopes, he's got high hopes. So it's the whole gamut from being really meaningful stuff to being really just wacky off the wall stuff.
Yeah, it must be one of them Canadian folk songs. Oh no, I've never heard of that one. So,
Yay, Canadian folk songs.
oh yeah. Well, it sounds interesting nonetheless. But so how would you describe the music that you make?
Well, the music that I make right now is really different from the music I used to make. When I released my debut album, Exploits in a Modern World, back in 2006, it was a little dark. The music that I wrote at that time was music and lyrics that I had to get out. It was a lot to do with oppression. It had a lot to do with, being oppressed by school, by the church, by government, uh, and that sort of stuff I had to get off my chest. But this album now, it's about having fun. It's about enjoying your time. It's about parties. It's about going to concerts on the beach, and I'm really glad that people are liking it.
Yeah, yeah, man, for sure. So as we've said before, you're originally from Canada. How do you think the environment up in Canada inspired what you do today in your music?
Well, first of all, Canada's gorgeous. I can't I can't say enough good things about Canada. I was lucky enough when I was living in Vancouver to live on the beachfront at the Pacific Ocean. For anyone who doesn't know where Vancouver is, it's on the west coast in Canada. And Vancouver basically has a rainforest there. It's bigger than Central Park, and it's called Stanley Park. And when I moved to Vancouver from Calgary, where I was born. Calgary, for anyone who doesn't know, is like a small Dallas, Texas. So it's I was born in an oil town on the plains, the flatlands. Then I moved to Vancouver, which was lush with mountains and beaches, and it really helped me, realize the beauty that surrounds us and how it can affect our attitude. And if you're surrounded by beauty, it's hard not to be beautiful inside. If that doesn't sound too corny, I guess
No,
that's the
no, it
best way
doesn't
to
at all. No,
express it.
it's just art, man. Like it's just how people describe what they do. It's fine.
Yes. Anyhow, I mean, again, speaking of beauty, coming down here to Montana, one of the last places I ever sort of thought I would be, it wasn't up there on my bucket list, but when I wake up in the morning, I look out my front door and I see all around me these beautiful mountains. And Superior is basically this, like I started to say earlier, it's just this little town sort of in the valley, and I'm surrounded by all these snow-capped mountains and beautiful lush trees, and so it makes it really easy to wake up with a positive attitude and feel creative.
Crest on your chest. You deserve a crest on your chest. You are willing to be the next door Superman. You're able to move mountains. Little did I know you are amazing. You're my superhuman. You deserve crest on your chest. Not all heroes wear capes. I notice your random acts of kindness. You don't need a telephone booth. In my eyes there's no one tougher than you. You deserve a crest on your chest. You deserve a crest on your chest. I think that you can save the world. Blue, black hair and chiseled jaw. No need for an alter ego. Jump tall buildings in a single bound. I think that you can save the world. Blue, black hair and chiseled jaw. No need for an alter ego. Jump tall buildings in a single bound. That you can save the world. Black hair and chiseled jaw. No need for an alter ego. Jump tall buildings in a single bound. I think that you can save the world. Black hair and chiseled jaw. No need for an alter ego. Jump tall buildings in a single bound. You deserve a crest on your chest. Not all heroes wear capes. I notice your random acts of kindness. You don't need a telephone booth. In my eyes there's no one tougher than you. You deserve a crest on your chest. You deserve a crest chest.
We talked a little bit about kind of like when you were young, kind of how you kind of got into music and whatnot. What was the moment, if you can remember? What was the moment that you were like, wow, this is something that I really want to do for the rest of my life, you know?
Boy, I haven't really thought about that magic moment, but to elaborate a little on what I was saying earlier, I started singing when I was 6 years old and continued. I was in choir for grades 1 through 6, and in, let's see, I was about probably 11 or 12 when my parents bought an organ. You know those old Bontempi or Yamaha style organs that
Yeah, yeah.
families that they used to put in their living rooms that were 2 levels, and they had like the beatboxes where you could have the samba or all these different dances, and you hit the button, it goes pa 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 pa, and then you change it and it'd be
Yeah, yeah.
anyhow. One of the defining moments of learning to play the organ was I composed, well, I put together a cover, a cassette of cover songs for my grandmother's birthday. It had at the time all the songs that were big, like Star Wars. It had "If You Can Read My Mind," which is the love theme from Superman, and The Entertainer, and I guess that was one of the defining moments when I knew I wanted to capture my ability to play music on cassette. And I guess another defining moment was when I was probably about that same age. Uh, my choir group was chosen to represent the school at the provincial finals, and it was between me and another kid to be the bass singer or one of the bass singers. And I remember my teacher, Mrs. Hall, she called us both into a room and she said, this is it. Uh, it's between you two. We got to see who can sing the best here. And so she gave us each a line to sing, and we sang it, and it went back and forth. And I remember, I just got to reach way down and grab this, and I literally went way, way, way down in my register, and I found it, and they picked me, and I guess that's when I knew I really wanted to sing live in front of people.
Cool, cool, man. Just all that kind of stuff coming together is really is always something neat to kind of just kind of go back and think about. But kind of going to now, like your new album, and there's also a song in the album called this is "Rock the Chandeliers," which we were listening to it before I went on this interview. It's kind of got like this kind of spooky Halloweeny quality to it. That specific song. What inspired you? We talked a little bit about kind of how your music a while ago was just kind of like really dark songs. You kind of just wanted to make like a really nice, fun kind of thing. Like, what inspired you specifically with "Rock the Chandeliers" to kind of get that sound? Because I haven't really heard a song like that in a very long time. It's really unique.
Oh, well, thanks. First of all, when I moved here to Superior, I moved into an old sort of wartime house, and one of the ways, one of the only ways I could think of to dress it up was to put a chandelier in every room. I literally went out with my husband Robert, and we went shopping to Lowe's, and we went through the lighting department, and we picked out a different chandelier for every room in the house. So now we've got like one, two, three, four, five, six, like maybe six, 7 or 8 chandeliers in the home now. And that was my way of bringing the big city into a very small town, and into a very small town home. And So, Rock the Chandeliers, uh, when I decided to change my direction from this dark, moody album to something fun and upbeat and happy, I started to think back to what made me happy when I was young. And the album that inspired me to do Rock the Chandeliers was Cyndi Lauper's 1983 debut album, She's So Unusual, which I'm sure you've heard some of the songs off that
Oh
where
yeah, sure,
girls
yeah.
just want to have fun. And all through the night, time after time, when you were mine, money changes everything.
Yeah.
And so I took that concept and sat down with my producer Jacob Wing from Illegal Records here in Florence, Montana, and we started to build using that as the basis for the album. And then I started to listen on Pandora. I started to listen to what are the new sounds, and I started listening to a lot of Aaron Chupa and his little sis Nora. And and that time back in February when I was formatting the feel of this album, uh, some of the songs that they were playing were Llama in My Living Room, and what were a couple of the other ones? It was Llama in My Living Room, um, Little Swing. That's one of Aaron Chupa and Little Sis Nora's. Show 'em a little swing, 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 bang, so on, so on. And Llama in My Living Room, Llama in My Living Room, and it
Yeah.
just felt really good and happy, and it felt like going into a castle, which was, yes, very Halloweeny, and just being like the host of the party. That was my idea for the album. Was I want to host my friends to a night of my music.
Well, the cars are arriving, so there's no turning back. I hear the heels of the girls on the stairs that quickly clap. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Let's put on another track. Rock the chandeliers, crystals dancing in the light. Rock the chandeliers, deep into the night. Well, the DJs are delicious. Please play us another song. Give me a heavy beat and we will dance along. Throw your coat on the furniture. Tonight we can do no wrong. Rock the chandeliers, crystals dancing in the light. Rock the chandeliers, deep into the night. Party in the bathroom, someone's knocking at the door. Unlock the lock and we'll show them a little more. Party in the bathroom, someone's knocking at the door. Unlock the lock and we'll show them a little more. Well, the drinks are a-flowing and the food is a la-di-da. The lights are a-flashing, rah, 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 rah. Sexy boys, sexy girls, ha, 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 ha. Rock the chandeliers, crystals dancing in the light. Rock the chandeliers, deep into the night. Party chandeliers, rock the chandeliers, crystals dancing in the light. Show them a little more. Rock the chandeliers, deep into the night. Show them a little more. Party chandeliers, crystals dancing in the light. Show them a little more. Rock the chandeliers, deep into the night. Show them a little more. Party chandeliers, knocking at the door. Unlock the lock and we'll show them a little more. Party in the bathroom, someone's knocking at the door. Unlock the lock and we'll show them a little more.
As far as kind of like your goals, kind of like where do you want to see your music go? Like as you as a musician, where do you want to see this go in the future?
Well, There's a few things I've got in the works right now. I'm dealing with a wonderful company out of Minneapolis called Tinderbox Music, and it's the first time that I've really taken a real hardcore professional strategy with my music in terms of I was able to get Brandon on board as my radio tracker. So he was the one who was pushing the album to radio stations across the States and Canada, and he did a great job. It got on to over 100 stations, and it recently ranked at number 43 in the college radio charts in North America.
All right.
And then expanding on that, I got this great guy named John on board who's handling the sync licensing campaign for me. He's got a lot of contacts with MTV and ETV, and he's approaching them with my music right now, and we're trying to get some TV and film licensing deals going. And I've just hired another couple of people from Tinderbox, Krista and Grant, and they're going to be handling my publicity and press campaign for the next several months here. So in keeping with that, I'm going to be doing a music video. I haven't decided for which track, and seeing how that goes, and working obviously on a new album. I haven't thought about anything specific yet about that, but I guess at this point in my career, I'm just really enjoying what's happening with the album. I'm enjoying the fact that people from all different unexpected areas are liking it. A good example of that is Texas, which came out of the blue. I'm getting played a lot in Texas, which I did not expect, and it's actually it's coming. It's maybe neck and neck with New York right now. So
Oh wow,
that was
okay.
a pleasant surprise.
That's two big places. You should be proud.
Yeah, I am really happy.
Okay. Well, how can people find you if they want to hear some of your music or kind of find out what your maybe some of your like shows in the future or like where can people find that?
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
No
Yeah,
problem.
live shows. That's sort of an important part to being a musician, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as things develop with the press campaign and the music video and so on and so forth, I will be putting together a live show and performing in a few select places to start. So people can check me out at curtisnewart.com. They can go to my record label's website, which is immaculaterecords.com. They can Google my name, and they can also download the music at all your familiar places like Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, Google. There you go.
All right, man. Well, before we end the interview, first off, thank you so much for talking to us. We really really do appreciate it. And we do a show here at the station called Big Bang Cinema, and just like the name suggests, it's about movies and whatnot. And I find that musicians kind of have a certain kind of connection to film, just because it's not too many worlds away from what we do as musicians. I was just kind of wondering, do you have a favorite movie?
Do I have a favorite movie? I would have to say that Misery by Stephen King right now is my favorite film.
Oh wow, the one with from '91, I believe. I think this year, Kathy Bates and whatnot.
Kathy Bates, absolutely, where she hobbles was Paul in the movie. I mean, come on, how can you not like a movie that involves hobbling?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's always a rough scene to get through, but it's a great movie.
And before I let you guys go, I just want to give a shout out to my great husband Robert, who inspired the song Superhuman.
Yeah, bring Robert in. I want to see him. I know you're talking to him.
Yeah, Robert, come say hi. He's one of the reasons I wrote Superhuman for him was I have so much respect for him. He's an EMT. He's a 911 dispatcher. He's a former volunteer firefighter. So in a lot of ways, he's my superhuman. I also want to give a shout out to Justin Lewis in Hollywood, who did the artwork for Rock the Chandeliers. He's the tattoo artist for Paris and Prince Jackson and Michael Jackson's children. Very
Wow.
talented. He did my tattoo here. I don't know if you can see it of the skull here.
Dang. Yeah, man, you got the big guns, both figuratively and literally with the writer. It's great.
Yeah, my big ass skull tattoo. And I just want to leave a final thought with you guys. Support the Knights. Support your fellow athletes in school and your fellow musicians and your fellow artists. Go to their shows, even if you're not into that stuff. Go and support them. Be kind, be courageous, vote, and live your best life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and it's very nice meeting you. I hope you keep doing what you're doing. You are a true superhuman if you did all that stuff. That's awesome.
Hey,
That's-
thank you.
Okay.
Nice chatting, Isaac.
Nice chatting. Thank you, guys.
Bye.